Arsenal crazy goal for Marcus Thuram. And I told you that Arsenal is really having loads of centre forward they're really looking for. And that shows you that they're very hugely interested in obviously creating very many options, obviously choose on who they think is the best for the club of Arsenal. Welcome to the welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share if you're watching us for the very first time. Endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name. I hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. And we are going to be talking Khusanov's debut, and it really never went the way they wanted. And the manager of Spurs has spoken to their loss to Leicester City. That there is a portion of Spurs fans are really calling in for his sacking. And then we are also going to be tackling Song Hyun-myun on what he said after that loss. Let's see close to 300 likes much on this video, and don't forget to obviously subscribe because we want to hit 25,000 subscribers onto this channel. Now, we are powered by Mono Gadgets, dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops. And if at all you're really watching us for the very first time and you haven't gone ahead, obviously hear about Mono Gadgets, they deal in brand new phones and brand new laptops. They also deal in used phones and used laptops from the United Kingdom. And then they also deal in what we call affordable smartwatches, and you can call them onto +256 70 99 88 665. If not, you can go to their TikTok account, search for Mono Gadgets, follow them, and you'll obviously be getting hints on what new gadgets they really have onto their shop, but the used phones and used laptops do come in through from the United Kingdom. Right? Let's talk about Marcus Thuram. Marcus Thuram is one of those strikers that is going to be linked to Arsenal, and he is one of the tall guys that we're going to see. Same height with Benjamin Sesko, 1.92, 27 years of age, and he's really scoring for fun in what we call the Serie A. He came through from the German side, and he signed for this side known as France. He came in through from Borussia Mönchengladbach. That is it. Now, who reported this story? It's a source that I cannot say it's a tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3, but all I can say is that it's a source that comes in through from, I think, France. TV Play Official has told us that Arsenal are reportedly ready to go crazy for Inter Milan forward Marcus Thuram. Sorry about that. Inter Milan would likely not entertain bids until the summer, and if they do, it will be around 60 to 65 million pounds mark. Now, this is one of the reasons as to why I tell you that Arsenal is in need of a striker. They're even going in for strikers whose teams are not willing to move them on during the summer. And it looks like Arsenal testing in the waters to see how things are really going to be panning out for the side of Arsenal under Teta on who they're supposed to be bringing on into this beautiful game, into the beautiful team of Arsenal. So Marcus Thuram is one of those that has gone ahead, obviously put in a very big shift into the Serie A ever since he crossed from the Bundesliga to the Serie A. Even when he was crossing in as a free agent, very many teams were really interested in him. And I remember Arsenal, Man United were hinted on as one of the teams that were interested in signing that player because he left the Bundesliga as a free agent and he came in through as a free agent. And for Inter Milan, I think if any team raises 60 to 65 million pounds, they wouldn't say no to the signing of such a player because they'll 100% know that they've gone ahead to make pure profit because they brought in this player as a free agent, and that money will obviously help them really do the needful in as far as their financial fair play is really concerned. So Arsenal is ready to go crazy for this man, but he is added onto the list of many that Arsenal has been linked to. Benjamin Sesko, Matthias Cunha, Gyökeres, Vlahovic, and here comes a man known as Marcus Thuram, who is really having attributes that I believe can obviously make it good into what we call the Premier League. Because when we talk about the attributes of the Premier League, the first one is physicality, and he's really a physical player, and his physical presence is really one of those that you won't really doubt. Scoring goals last season, 35 games in the Serie A, 13 goals and 7 assists. This season, 22 games, 13 goals and 4 assists, meaning that he has already equaled the number of goals he scored last season, yet he still has some 16 games to go and 4 assists. So looks like he's improving every other day that really passes by. UEFA Champions League, he played 8 games last season and scored 1 goal, and this time round in the UEFA Champions League has played 6 games and scored 1 goal. So that is what the lad is all about, and all I know is he's really good, and he's one of those strikers that has the physical presence. And I remember Robbie of AFTV, he came out and really gave the reasons as to why Arsenal should go in for a player like Ivan Toney. You know, that he's a different striker altogether, and he has the physicality, he can bully other defenders. And I think if you are looking at a striker who can come in through and really bully defenders in the Premier League, Thuram is one of those because of his height and his pace and what he does with the ball. And I think that's something else that Benjamin Šeško also gives you when he obviously comes into your team. And my biggest worry is, why is Arsenal looking at a striker like Marcus Thuram and his price is between 60 to 65 million pounds, yet that's the same amount of money that they can go in and really get in a Premier League proven striker like Matthias Cunha, you know, who is really, I think, 25 years of age, and I think he's better than Marcus Thuram, and even Benjamin Šeško is better than him, you know. Even Gyökeres, at that same amount of money you can get in Gyökeres, and I'm still asking myself, why are they really doing that? Why are they really doing that? So that is my huge question about it, but let Hill get to know what exactly this side will obviously look like. I'm talking about the side of Arsenal and who they will point on to bring in the best of the best from the players they believe should be coming into the club of Arsenal. But obviously, out of those, Marcus Thuram, Cunha, Benjamin Šeško, Gyökeres, there is another one that I haven't got here to mention his name, Vlahovic. Arsenal will get one. Arsenal will get a forward, and as things stand, even David Austin came out and confirmed to us that Arsenal will get in a centre forward or a forward into this January transfer, and they're really working hard to see to it that all goes on well as planned to get in this player that they really want to bring in at the club of Arsenal. But for Thuram, I think if they need a player with a physical appearance and be different attributes altogether, he's good. But I think Benjamin Šeško ticks all the boxes, and Matthias Cunha, because Matthias Cunha has that talent, that skill set is really great, and he can really create lots of chances for the club of Arsenal. And even why I believe that Matthias Cunha maybe is one of the best, and I've gone ahead to move on from Benjamin Šeško, it's because this player is a versatile player. He can play as a left forward, he can play as a right forward, and he can also play behind a center forward. That's why I believe this player should obviously come and put in a required shift altogether into that side of Arsenal. So I believe, for me, Matthias Cunha is the best candidate for Arsenal because he's Premier League proven. He won't need anything to obviously learn anything from the Premier League. He'll obviously just come in through and really put in his shift, and the rest will be news. So we are waiting to see whether Arsenal will go in for Marcus Thuram, and I'm calling in for your reactions into the comment section below about Arsenal's intent to go crazy to sign Marcus Thuram. What's your thought about that? You know, all that and more into the comment section below here onto the Rokani Media Football. Let's go to Khusanov, one of the players that we went ahead obviously have a very bad debut as they took on Ipswich, and Ange has come out and defended him. Has said it wasn't a good start for Khusanov, but he recovered really well. It's not easy to play your first match at home against Chelsea. We tried to lift him and he did well after. I tried to protect him, not bring him in situations where it could be really tricky, especially against so many good individual players. I just tried to lift him and tell him not to think too much, but to keep going. Maybe play the safer pass back to Eddie in his next action and win his next duel to get his confidence back. I think that's the only thing you can really do. So Khusanov never had a very good debut at Etihad, and they took on Chelsea, and we all know that Chelsea has really good quality players, you understand. So he really had a very bad day, and I really understand it. But I remember I support Man United. Nemanja Vidic, when he came through at Manchester United, had a very bad debut, but he went on to be one of the best defenders into the Premier League ever. Patrice Evra at Manchester United, his debut was really very ramshackle, but he later went ahead to be one of the historical left backs into the Premier League. So all I think is that start will obviously be the worst, but it might be his worst play the side of City. And maybe in the midweek, the manager will be like, I'm obviously going to play you again. You understand? So we wait and see how that pans out for the club of Man City. But Tottenham Hotspur have gone ahead to lose 2-1 to the side of Ipswich. And they were the first team to obviously score the first goal. And Jamie Vardy went ahead to obviously level up into the mix. That was Jamie Vardy. After that, obviously another player of Leicester went ahead to give Leicester a lead, and Ruud van Nistelrooy went ahead to obviously see his team really win. And Ange's pressure mounting, and this is what he had to say after the game. Ange said, the players gave everything. I cannot ask any more from this group. We created some good opportunities, and unfortunately things just didn't drop for us. So one thing I believe in is Spurs shouldn't sack this manager. All they need is they should wait for him, because when this manager has all his players, he looks good. But Pametasa, Solanke, Yefis Besuma, Van der Ven, Udogi, Sergio Romero, no Rodrigo Bentancur, almost 7 of his starters are really injured. This happened at Manchester United, and I saw certain people say you can't really give an excuse of injuries. And this time around, I'm going to need to see their teams really get those injuries, and they're like, oh, injuries are the problem as well, not really going ahead, obviously win and lift points. So I think Ange deserves what we call protection, and Spurs fans should obviously understand this, that the man is really having nothing less than a full squad. And we wait. I never even saw James Maddison today. If at all James Maddison is injured, then it's really very, 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 very hurting. So we wait and see how that pans out. But after the manager came out and obviously had something to say, even the captain of Tottenham Hotspur, that is Son Heung-min, had the following to say: we have had way too many losses, but there are still a lot of games remaining, and we will have a lot of players back. We just play each team and get 3 points. That's why we've gone ahead to get in through from Spurs. And I think Son Heung-min is really hitting the nail on its top, that the problem is that Spurs are really having problems with their players, and they're really injured. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But I'm calling in for your reactions into the comment section below about Arsenal going crazy for Marcus Thuram. Should they? Yes or no? What do you think about Khusanov's debut? And obviously Son Heung-min and Ange going out to speak out after their loss to Leicester City. I'm out. Bye-bye.